Hi, Mayor, council members, thank you for your time. My name is Eric Fowler. I'm the chair of the Maricopa County Libertarian Party. I drove down from the valley today because what has happened in Sierra Vista is not unique, it's a pattern. I've watched this exact playbook run out in city after city across Arizona. And I'm here to make sure you hear what Flock Safety's representative will not tell you. The Flock playbook works like this. Step 1, police department finds a grant or discretionary funds. Step 2, the department signs a contract with Flock without specific council vote on the surveillance program. 3, the cameras go up before anybody can object. Step 4, the public finds out months later. Step 5, Flock sends a PR representative to give the council a presentation after the system is already operational to make it politically difficult to remove. I know this playbook because I've documented it across Arizona. In Scottsdale, I personally reviewed every council agenda and set of minutes and could not find a single mention of Flock or license plate reader. Yet over 60 cameras were deployed through what the city called standard procurement. In Goodyear, the council learned during a budget review that staff had already purchased and installed Flock cameras and connected it to FBI databases without their approval. In Surprise, 23 cameras operated for over a year before the council held its first discussion, and only because a single resident demanded it. In Sedona, the contract was buried inside of a bulk budget item labeled technology upgrades. In Flagstaff, 36 cameras were approved on a consent agenda with zero discussion. In Tempe, cameras were deployed without a council vote, and a council candidate publicly stated that the council never voted on it and never heard a hearing about the system. And here in Sierra Vista, the same playbook. On February 27th, 2025, this council voted on an agenda item that read, acceptance of the Arizona Department of Public Safety Local Border Support Grant. I then read the backup memo. The words Flock, surveillance, and ALPR appeared nowhere. License plate readers appeared exactly once as a line item in a 3-item equipment purchase sandwiched between a drone and a police canine. No citizens reading that agenda would know that this council was authorizing a citywide automated network that would scan 138,000 vehicles and connect to over 60 different agencies. 16 cameras went up, and tonight, a full year later, it is the first time the council is receiving a formal presentation. Arizona's open meeting laws requires that agenda items contain enough specifically reasonable information to inform the public. Bearing a persistent surveillance camera inside of a 3-line equipment list fails to meet that standard. It failed in Goodyear, it failed in Scottsdale, it failed in Payson, and it fails here. Now let's talk about where these cameras are. The majority of Sierra Vista's 16 cameras are concentrated along the Fry Boulevard commercial corridor, at Highway 90, at 7th Street, along the shopping districts. These are not checkpoints on smuggling routes. These are shopping destinations. Walmart, Safeway, the mall. Every parent driving to pick up groceries, every teenager going to grab lunch, every veteran heading to the VA, they're all being photographed, cataloged, and stored in a database accessible to over 60 law enforcement agencies. Your own SVPD policy states reasonable suspicion or probable cause is not required before using ALPR. Let that sink in. This system records everyone first and investigates later. This is the inversion of innocent until proven guilty. In America, we do not conduct mass surveillance on the entire population and then search the database when it's convenient. Arizona's Constitution, Article Section 8, no person shall be disturbed in his private affairs or home invaded without the authority of law. The persistent, warrantless tracking of 138,000 vehicles is a disturbance of private affairs, and the cameras are pointed at shopping centers, not cartel corridors. Flock's representative made several claims tonight. They will say the Norfolk case proves ALPRs are constitutional. It does not. The district court ruled for Norfolk on January 27th, but the Institute for Justice has confirmed that they are appealing to the Fourth Circuit. The judge himself wrote, as the number and capabilities of ALPR cameras expand, the constitutional balancing could conceivably tip the other way. There is no federal appellate precedent on ALPR constitutionality. A similar case is pending in the Seventh Circuit. A separate Norfolk judge already ruled that ALPR evidence requires a warrant. And as I mentioned, Arizona's own constitution protects against exactly this kind of intrusion. Sorry, I lost my place. This question is heading to the appeals courts and potentially the Supreme Court. It is not settled. They will say Flock has never been hacked. I think that's been mentioned. They will say that these cameras are secure. They are not. Independent researcher John Gaines published a white paper documenting 51 security vulnerabilities across Flock's product line and 22 officially assigned CVE numbers. They will also say the system is only a tool. Officers make decisions.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry, I've run out of time, but SB 1111 does not have any guardrails. Thank you so much.
Thank you for driving down.